Hey, what's up everybody? Rivera94 here doing another action figure review, and this time we're going to take a look at yet another WWE Superstar Series SH Figuarts Stone Cold Steve Austin action figure by Bandai Tamashii Nations. We're going to take a look at yet another WWE Superstar Series action figure, and this time we're looking at Stone Cold Steve Austin from Bandai Tamashii Nations SH Figuarts line. They have rolled into the wrestling department, and we're seeing their take on wrestling figures, so this is interesting. Last time I reviewed The Rock. This time we're taking a look at Stone Cold, so this is very cool. I like how they're bringing out pretty good wrestlers. So here's the front of the box. We have the WWE logo, the WWE official sticker, Bandai on there, all standard stuff. It's about the size of a Star Wars SH Figuarts. Here's the side right here, pretty cool. He looks like he comes with the vest, and you're able to take off the vest, so that's awesome. Looks like he comes with some beer cans, so that's even more awesome. So there you have some pictures of it. Here's the other side. It'd be cool if they would make a ring, and that'd be cool. Anyways, let's go ahead and get the figure out of the package because Stone Cold says so. Here we have Stone Cold Steve Austin out of the package, and he is a very cool figure. I'm not a huge wrestling fan. I don't watch it. Haven't watched it in years, but I did watch it when I was younger, and I liked the older, wrestling stuff. This era, The Rock, Stone Cold. I watched more ECW, even though this didn't involve these wrestlers. I watched more ECW and some WCW. I like that stuff, and some of the Attitude Era wrestling stuff, like where Stone Cold, The Rock, and all that. I think, in my opinion, that's when wrestling was at its best. Stone Cold is a very cool wrestler, and this is a very cool figure. And now I don't have any Mattel figures to compare them to, but I do know that this figure is much shorter than any Mattel Stone Cold Steve Austin out there. So Bandai's gonna make them just a tad bit shorter. This is how Bandai is. Just every body proportion is going to be smaller than any Mattel or Jakks Pacific wrestling figure. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that you can't really make any displays between, both lines. So it's just not going to look right. This is only good, to display maybe with The Rock or whenever Triple H comes out or any other wrestler comes out. But I think they look great next to each other. The Rock looks good. So there they are next to each other. Very cool. I'm very, very excited to see where this line goes and who else they release. I hope they release Kane, Undertaker, wrestlers like that, Ultimate Warrior. It all depends on, if people buy these or not. Now let's go on to the accessories. He comes with 4 heads, including the one on his, on the figure itself. It looks just like Steve Austin. They did a good job capturing his face. We do have a couple variations of his face here, and here we have this expression. So there's that, kind of like he's laughing, so that's pretty cool. I think they captured him pretty decently. And we have this one right here where he's kind of looking to the side. I think that looks like him too. It's pretty scary how good they made him look, And then we have this screaming one right here that I believe it's better than the screaming face that The Rock had. Just don't like the screaming face from the Rock figure. But I think this one came out a lot better, so that's cool. This could be used to drink the beer, or this could be used to Stone Cold Stunner somebody, I don't know. And speaking of the beer, he comes with 2 beer cans that are exploding, so this is so awesome. Anybody that is a Stone Cold Steve Austin fan, or, has watched Stone Cold, the famous entrance, or, departure of a match that he does is, bust open a can of beers and drink them like this. So this is cool, kind of like when he bashes it together and they explode, or maybe if he's pouring them down. You can see some pegos there, and you'll see why in a second. We do have the hands, so we have 2 fists on the figure itself. Then we have, just like The Rock, we have open hands that are hinged right here, so it hinges all 4 fingers right there. So there's that. And then we have the same, it looks like the same pair of hands, but these actually have pegs on them, and that is for the can of beer. So very cool. You can have him hold the can of beers securely, and you don't have to worry about that. Now these hinge, and this is interesting because they made kind of like each finger have articulation, but not really. So we have the index finger is articulated. We have the middle finger is articulated, and then the last 2 fingers are together articulated. So this is cool. Maybe you can do a middle finger. Maybe that's why they did it, because Stone Cold is Stone Cold, and he's going to give you the middle finger. So that's pretty cool. I like that. I'm very happy to see Bandai doing new stuff like this. So very interesting. So there's that. This is accessories. Now if you want to count the vest on the figure itself as an accessory, there you go. It does come with this very cool vest. It does say Austin right here. Got the skull on the other side, 316. And then on the back, very cool. We got 100% whoop ass. I've got the skull there, 316. And then we have the knee pads that are molded on to the figure, so you can't take them off. There's the tattoo. So very cool. Very nice. So let's take a look at the articulation. The head goes left and right. It goes up about this much, goes down about this much. It seems like it goes down more than it does for The Rock. The arms go forward and back, in and out. He does have the same shoulder, inward, outward articulation that The Rock has. And the shoulder swivel instead of a bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. Swivel at the wrist with a hinge. Then we have a diaphragm joint that swivels and it bends forward, goes back. Kind of leaves a little gap, but not as bad as The Rock. Swivel at the waist, forward and back. So very good movement at the upper torso. Legs go forward and back. They do drop down to SH Figuarts style, so it allows for more movement in and out. So good movement there. Then we do have a thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. So the knee brace doesn't hinder anything at all. It hinges with the double jointed knee, so you can see the knee brace is molded on top here, and it's a separate piece on the bottom, and it works perfectly together. Ankles go forward and back, ankle pivot, swivel at the ankle as well, and then there is toe articulation. That does it, guys. That concludes my review on the SH Figuarts Stone Cold Steve Austin action figure by Bandai Tamashii Nations. I think if you're interested in getting into this line, I believe it's worth it if you're a big wrestling fan. Very cool if you're a Stone Cold fan or a fan of this era. They're doing a pretty good job at releasing figures from this era. We have Triple H coming out next, so that's interesting. So the figure itself came out good in my opinion. I like it. I like the articulation. I would love for them to make a wrestling ring, because that'd be pretty cool. You know, a ring that is in scale with these figures. So that shouldn't be too much to ask for. But I really wish that they would come with title belts. Stone Cold should come with at least a title belt. That'd be very cool to see from Bandai, or even The Rock too. I think they should be giving them title belts at least. Have a little bit more accessories, but the can of beers is pretty damn cool in my opinion. I am very excited for this line to see what they have in store for us, and to see, who else they will make. So with that said, hope you guys enjoyed the review. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you guys would like, and you guys have a great day. Bye.
That's crispy.